One day you're on top of the world, private jets, super yachts, and huge mansions. The next day, gone, broke, nothing left. Today we'll talk about billionaires who had everything but lost it all in no time. Some of these stories are truly shocking, so stay with us till the end. 1. Ike Batista, the fake oil fortune. Ike Batista was once the richest man in Brazil and was expected to become the world's richest person. His oil company OGX was worth $60 billion. But here's the problem. He promised huge amounts of oil that didn't exist. When people found out, his company collapsed. In just 2 years, he lost everything. Example: in 2012, OGX claimed it would produce 750,000 barrels of oil per day. But by 2013, it was producing almost zero. Investors pulled out, OGX failed, and Batista went from $30 billion to broke. Later, he was arrested for fraud and corruption. A massive fall from grace. Batista was known for his extravagant lifestyle. He bought a $50 million mansion in Rio, a fleet of luxury cars, and even a private island. But in 2014, authorities seized his assets, including his prized Lamborghini Aventador. 2. Vijay Mallya, the party king who lost it all. If anyone lived like a king, it was Vijay Mallya. He owned private jets, yachts, and even afforded a $2 million horse farm. He ran a Kingfisher Airlines co., a luxury airline, but the company lost money and couldn't pay its debts. He owed $1.3 billion. The government accused him of fraud, and he ran away to the UK to avoid arrest. Now, he's broke and fighting legal battles. Example: Kingfisher Airlines spent millions worse on luxury, but failed to pay salaries or fuel costs. In 2012, Target collapsed, $1.3 billion in debt. Staff protested, banks sued, and Mallya fled to the UK to avoid jail. Mallya's lavish parties were legendary. He once spent $2 million on a New Year's Eve party in Goa. But now he's fighting extradition from the UK, struggling to hold on to his remaining assets. Björgólfur Gudmundsson, the Icelandic billionaire who went bankrupt overnight. Björgólfur was Iceland's richest man, worth $4 billion. He owned luxury homes and Iceland's second biggest bank. But when the 2008 financial crisis hit, his bank collapsed, and with it, his entire fortune. He went from a billionaire to bankrupt overnight. Today, he lives a quiet life, far from the spotlight. Example: his Landsbanki Bank had $46 billion in assets, but after the 2008 crisis, it collapsed overnight. The Icelandic government took his assets, and he declared the bankruptcy in 2009. Gudmundsson once owned a $100 million yacht, multiple homes in Europe, and a priceless art collection. Now, he lives modestly, out of the public eye. 4. Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto king who lost $26 billion. Sam Bankman-Fried became one of the world's richest people, thanks to crypto, with a net worth of $26 billion. His company, FTX, was the biggest crypto exchange. But it was all built on lies. FTX collapsed in just 1 week. Example: in 2022, FTX customers asked to withdraw their money, but the company didn't have it. A $5 billion withdrawal request led to FTX's bankruptcy in just 1 week, wiping out a $26 billion of Sam's fortune. Now he faces 115 years in prison. Bankman-Fried lived in a $40 million Bahamas penthouse, surrounded by luxury and celebrity investors. But after his arrest, he was denied bail and now awaits trial in a tiny jail cell. Alan Stanford, the billionaire who ran a Ponzi scheme. Alan Stanford was a Texas billionaire and banker who lived like royalty. He owned private jets, yachts, a private island, and even a cricket team. His company, Stanford Financial Group, managed over $7 billion. But it turned out to be one of the biggest Ponzi schemes in history. He was promising investors massive returns, but the money was being used for his own lavish lifestyle. In 2009, his empire collapsed, and he was arrested and sentenced to 110 years in prison. Example: Stanford convinced 30,000 people to invest in his bank, promising safe, high returns. But when authorities investigated, they found that he had stolen $7 billion. His assets were frozen, his company shut down, and he lost everything. Stanford once had luxury estates in the Caribbean, a fleet of jets, and a $100 million yacht. But today, he sits in a maximum security prison with no chance of luxury as a dream. But even billionaires aren't safe. Money can disappear faster than it comes. Bad investments, greed, or just plain bad luck.